unit got an insane buff and literally no one's talking about it. So as a normal skeleton does, that's my favorite pastime, I was scrolling through some of the old patch notes just in case we missed something. And guys, we totally did. For this update, we have to go back to episode 67 part 1. I trolled. It's episode 73 part 1. And I'm talking about 2 units here. I'm talking about the spider TV, but the Mech Bunny also got an insane buff that literally no one's talking about. And I want to see if we can turn bad units into good units and good units into God units. Because it has a special buff. The good news is I already have a Mech Bunny. So let's just go ahead and equip that. Just kidding. I literally gave it away for free in a live stream. But luckily enough, if I go over to the post office, I know for a fact that I had a Mech Bunny City in here by Shimmy. By the way, guys, he'll get me 10k gems if I friend him. Do you guys think I should friend him? Either way, thank you, Shimmy. So we're going to add the Mech to our team. And we're gonna add the Spider TV to our team. Whoa, this unit did actually get a major buff. His DPS used to only do 10,000. To be fair, 22.5 does still kind of suck, though. It's literally worse than the Clock Spider. That's a legendary. But first, we have to pick kind of a bad unit to see how good the Mech Bunny's buff is. We'll do the Toxic, which I think is kind of an insult, but that's okay. And I also want to do a really good unit, so we'll do the Hyper. Let's do the Injured Crate. You know what? I totally should have brought the Clock Spider too. Then I could have compared the Spider TV, the literal first walkable movement. Hopeless, you cannot speak anymore. You need to shut up. The first movable unit and one of the most rare units in the entire game. Literally, only 19,000 exist. Out of how many players? Let's hope the Spider TV is a good starting unit, because that's all we got. Thank goodness he's doing AoE, or we'd be cooked.
Hello, Spider TV boy. I haven't seen you in a while.
And neither has anyone watching. You've been hidden in isolation for so long because you kind of suck. Imagine if they Sometimes I literally am better off not talking. Imagine if they made the Mech Bunny. Good job, Hopeless. You said it correctly. Imagine if they made the Mech Bunny actually be able to buff the Spider TV. That would be so cool if that was the only unit that could get buffed. You know, I made a top 10 starting units video a while back. The Spider TV is making a pretty strong case for that it should be one too. Only $400 to upgrade him to level 2? That's an absolute bargain. And around here, since I'm so broke, we're always looking for bargains. Of course I'm broke. I literally live in a tomb. But don't get me confused with those sick vampire freaks. They really did make the Spider TV super economically friendly. It was 400, 600, now 800. What's next? 1,000? Okay, 1,500. That's still really cheap though. But to be fair, that's normally when the Spider TV starts struggling. It really didn't do good against the Wave 10 boss. It's a good unit, just not by itself. Like, they still didn't even give it Mew damage, where it attacks everything in its bubble. After its 1,500 upgrade, its next upgrade's 4,000. So yeah, it's okay. Keyword okay. Alright, I was waiting until I fully maxed out the Spider TV, but it didn't quite get there yet. How does it do against a 40,000 HP toy? That's pretty valid right there. Now I can fully max it out. How does it do against the Wave 20 buff? That's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. The Spider TV is actually making itself an argument for being a pretty freaking good unit. In the end, obviously, it's still worse than the Clock Spider because in literally every single way, it has worse stats. However, this is a good second option. Except this is the really rare one. But that's enough Spider TV-uation. We came here for the Mech Bunny. I was today's years old where I figured out the Mech Bunny floats. So in case you guys didn't know, here's what the buff is. This is what I was excited to show you guys. For those of you that don't know, the Mech Bunny has its own unique and special ability called the Rabbits. That's actually not his name. That's what I call it. The Rabbit is all troops inside the yellow circle of the Mech Bunny have a 25% less cooldown for 20 seconds. So that buff might be not inherently good on its own. However, mixed in with other cooldown units, like, I don't know, the Clock Woman, you end up getting the most insane build ever. Speaking of which, I should actually do that. Also, the Mech Bunny is technically AoE and piercing, but its AoE bubble is tiny, and its pierce bubble is also tiny. This is why people don't use the Mech Bunny. Its range is too small. You were only good on the Easter map, but we're not here for the Mech Bunny herself. Is she? We're here to see that juicy buff. Holy crap. I didn't know she did 4 attacks. That is 4 different attack ranges. This is like the mini UTTV, but just way worse. I don't know, 61, is it? Okay, so everything inside of the yellow, oh, that's the yellow. Everything inside the yellow gets the cooldown buff. Okay, so we're gonna try to turn the Toxic into a goat. Plunk. We're gonna put him down right there. We're not gonna dare use the Raging Rabbit until we have our toxic fully maxed out, so we have the maximum potential. I used my maximum potential on the toilet earlier this morning. Sorry, especially if you were eating a cheeseburger with an ice cream sandwich. If you were eating that, I'm psychic. Okay, so we do have our toxic fully maxed out, but I want to wait till we have a boss toilet, like a glitch toilet. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna stack mech bunnies on top of each other. I want to see if their bubble aura can bubble each other. Is that a wheel? The mech bunny rolls? But yeah, this cooldown literally used to be 3 minutes long. Now it's only 30 seconds. You know what? I do need to upgrade this mech bunny again, so I can see if the cooldowns stack on top of this cooldowns. Oh, imagine a 50% cooldown. Oh, why did I sound like a walrus giving birth? Okay, I upgraded it, and does that count? Does it count? Oh, I don't know. All that matters is as soon as that glitch toilet comes out and starts taking damage, we're gonna go rabid up in here. Okay, we go rabid. Okay, so does the Mech Bunny get a cooldown boost? I don't think so. It doesn't look like the toxic is either. So if I use the rabid here, does a toxic get a cooldown? So it doesn't audibly or visibly say that the toxic is getting a buff, but I know it is because I saw it in the patch notes. I remember. And yeah, actually it looks like the cooldown is still 3 minutes. Huh? I need to do some digging in the patch notes. Aha! Okay, it's the starting ability. So when you first summon it, it goes to 180 to 30. Not every time after. Now I understand. I'm an idiot. Doesn't matter anyways. Who knew that this build would suck so bad? Fun TTD fact that you might not know though. Did you know that the leprechaun is actually completely invulnerable to getting stunned? I did not know that he was a completely unstunnable unit. I knew he had some protection, but not immune. But I want to go ahead and try to still see these units punch for punch on each other. We know what we're gonna expect. The clock spider versus the spider TV. And literally every single way, the clock spider is literally just better. His max damage is double. His starting damage is multiplied by 5. His range is over double. The only advantage the Spider TV has is that its cooldown speed's a little bit slower. But that doesn't matter because that equates into damage per second anyways. Maybe the Spider TV gets some type of slowing. They should buff it again. Like, they need to make it, like, I mean, I guess they did make it viable, but like, you know, like, not really. Why would you ever use it over the clock spider? Never. Never. And like, in what world do you have a spider and not a clock? No one. Literally no one. All right, so I went ahead and got them both placed down to each other. And as you can see, from just immediately placing them, the clock spider already has an insane amount of range on it. The only thing is, the clock spider now doesn't immediately start doing his AoE. He doesn't do that until level 3. To take the clock spider from level 1 to level 2, it costs 1,800. The Spire TV has a beat there at least. It costs 400. And then after that, to upgrade it again, it's only 600. And then to upgrade after that is only 800. So how much is that total? 800, 600, 1,400, 1,800. 1,800 plus another 1,500 is 3,200. It costs 3,200 smackaroonies to have the Spider TV to level 5. And after spending similar amounts on both of them, let's do a stat check between the two. And it's really just, it's just not even close. We all knew this was true. The clock spider is just way better. I honestly don't even see the point on kicking the dog while it's down anymore. You guys know the clock's better. It's just better. Either way, I'm glad I was able to show you guys two of the secret units that I got buffed that weren't really known about. One was worse than I thought, but the Spider TV was way better than I thought. It just still kind of sucks. Either way, I will be on vacation, so my next week of videos are all pre-recording, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you guys all again, and technically in a week for me, but you'll see me every day.
Bye.